All right, guys, you saw the thumbnail. You know what we're doing. Let's check it out. There it is, the super, super sexy Italian Valentini Technologies hydraulic clutch system. Now, full transparency, guys, they did give me this system. I did have to pay to get it through customs and all that stuff. But I reached out to them because I had seen what they did with Cody Webb's two-stroke with the Brembo setup, and someone mentioned it online, whoever you are, who asked if I was going to do the Valentini hydraulic clutch, and I said probably not because I don't really need it. Well, I lied. Well, I don't need it, but I looked at it and I really wanted it. So I reached out to them. They sent me this thing. This thing is absolutely trick. The way they do their setup is so ingenious. First of all, look how clean and simple. There's not much to it. This is the coolest part. So obviously this is an install video, guys. Let's get over to the bike and get ready to put this thing on. All right, guys, first thing we got to do to install this thing is to remove the old clutch cable and perch and all that stuff. So going to do that. Nothing really crazy there, guys. I am going to take the shroud and everything off to make this a little bit easier to route down around here, because the cable does go behind the radiator here, but then front of it here. So, and we want the new hose to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to take this off. I believe in you. If you're going to install one of these things, I believe that you have the ability to remove a clutch cable. So I'm going to do that, get that all ready to go, and then we're going to start putting the new system on. All right, guys, now that that's off, it's actually pretty sweet because now I have a full backup system I can keep in my toolbox or my van, just in case this thing ever fails, which you never know. I mean, everything fails at some point. If you've been in this business long enough or riding dirt bikes long enough, you know that eventually even the most bulletproof things will fail. So psyched to have a spare for that. That is pretty rad. Now, just quick, I'll show you. I did have to remove the bolt from here. It obviously took the louvers off. Remove the bolt from here to allow me to move that out of the way and get it off. There's also lots of little zip ties you got to clip. So we clipped all those, got those out of the way. Now let's grab the part and start putting it on. Let me show you exactly how this works. So now I've obviously got this thing off. The cool part about this is this little piece. This piece is going to go around this shaft. And then this cam is what makes it, you know, twist and operate this thing. So, and you can see it's got this cut in it right there. That is to go on to here so it doesn't twist. You don't have to get it super, super tight. So yeah, anyway, let's get this thing on here. I'll show you what it looks like once we kind of get it on. We also have to take this off here real fast. Get that out of the way like that. I don't know if I can show you that. You can see how that fits really nice like that. Now I'm going to use a little bit of blue thread lock. And obviously, guys, these are little bitty screws, so you don't need to go crazy tight on them. That's why I'm using the thread locker, is to make it so I don't have to tighten them too hard. Now, here is our bracket. Again, another brilliant piece of work here. I'm going to remove, these are the bolts that hold the slave cylinder in place. Remove these. We've got to, since we got this out of the way, we're all good. But now I need to get this bolt right there out, just one of them. Now, this is going to go on. You see those bolts line up. That bolt up there lines up. And then, see the bolt here, we're going to put our, now that we've got this on, actually, I forgot to do that. We're going to take our case saver. We're just going to put the bottom bolt in. Now, this would be better. So now you can see this all lines up like that. With that, we're going to put all our bolts in. So as with everything that has lots of bolts, guys, just get them all in and loose, and then you can tighten it all down. So these, when I pulled them out, they had thread locker, so I'm going to put that back in. These were holding the bracket that held the cable clutch on. All right, guys, we got that in. We got this little cam, little flappy guy is pointing in. You're gonna see how that works here in just a second. All right, so that is all on and tight and happy. I'm really psyched about that. So now we've got to go grab our master cylinder and line and run it down and reroute it just like we did, or just like the cable was. So we're gonna come up here, go through here, down and around. I'm gonna go grab it. Real quick, let me show you. You can see this has got a groove on it, so that is why that little thing needs to be pointing in, so this groove can hook onto that. All right, guys, got it routed down, around. We'll clean this up so it's not so out, but then you route it into here, and then you make sure that groove is lined up on the little cam. And now we're gonna push it in. I'm going to set you guys down because it's going to be a little bit to get that done, but I'll show you what it looks like when we get it on there. And then we're going to need a ball end Allen to get the back ones in. There we go. So see how, I don't know if you saw that, it kind of just all of a sudden in. And there we go. Again, super key to get that little nubbin into the groove on the slave. And we'll start with this outside one. It's another reason you want to use a little bit of thread locker on it, because with this ball end, you can't get it that tight. All right. This last one we get back in there is going to be a challenge. So, gonna put it on the ball end. Be real careful. All right. All tight. Now let's mount the master cylinder up. Well, actually, hold on. While we're here, it's got a little cover. It's going to go just to kind of keep everything clean and looking nice. I don't know if it's like super important to the function, but it will keep everything covered up and looking good. There we go. And it looks nice. That's, dude, this is a crazy well-built thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get some zip ties, and I'm going to tie that back like that. I'll put our bolt back in here. By the way, I am just waiting on Bulletproof Designs. They are just out of my braces, but they're coming very, very soon. So, gonna have braces really quick. All right, this is pretty simple, guys. Normal Brembo master cylinder. I'm gonna go under like that. Boom, there we go. Guys, I can tell you that feels so good. Oh man, and again, I want to be real clear that this is not a need, but a want. It's going to be really nice when I do get it in the hard stuff, because it'll self-adjust and not have to worry about adjusting a cable. So that's going to be really, really handy. But honestly, this bike, the clutch is amazing, but now it is ridiculous. So huge thanks to Valentini for that. I cannot wait to get this thing out. So I guess I say let's go ride this thing and see how it is. All right, guys, let's talk about the clutch. It feels so good. I mean, before, again, it's not a need. This clutch is not a need on this bike, but man, does it feel good. It's just so smooth. It opens up the clutch more too. That's why the bike is starting better, if you've noticed. My bike is definitely starting better. I think it's opening the clutch further up, so it's less drag. Man, I'm happy with how this bike is coming along. Guys, I just gotta say, this clutch, freaking incredible. I can't even describe it. Like, it's so nuts how good this motorcycle is now. Like, you guys watch the videos. If you haven't, please go back, watch all the WR videos. You know that I really, really like the bike already. Now, I'm in love with this thing. This thing is absolutely incredible. It's like, it's the easiest thing I've ever had to ride. Holy crap, guys. I could not be any happier right now.